Hey, y'all. It's me, Sonja, and I am back again. This is the Intentional Living Podcast with SonjaW. And again, I am back to assist you with starting off your week with a little less chaos. All right. And I know y'all see these little ears. We'll talk about it in a second. It's gonna be part of my one good thing. But I can't wait to break down the 5 things that we do every single week. We're gonna talk about that one good thing. We're gonna talk about the one good thing is all about what good happened to you the week before so that we can be prepared for what we're gonna see next week. This next week coming. Then what's on the docket? What's happening this week? Because the whole point to this podcast is yes, you're going to learn about different ways to be intentional in your life, but we're also going to take some time to actually do your own weekly review because I want you to get into the habit of actually transforming your life. And one way to do that is by having a weekly review time. Okay. And then we're going to talk about the intentional topic of the week. And I'm excited about this topic. Okay. So, all right. Number one, that one good thing. Okay, so I actually do only have one good thing this time around. And that's because the week actually hasn't happened yet. So typically, if this is your first time tuning in, I am literally live every single Monday because I'm doing my weekly review right after this podcast, right? But for these couple of weeks, my couple of reasons why I'm pre-recording. For these couple of weeks, my church is doing their 21 days of prayer, and well, they're not fasting this time. They do that in January. But but we have prayer at our church at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 a.m. Every single day, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday at 9, right? Well, when I started this time with my church, I said, okay, I will still do my live every Monday. I'll just stream the prayer on Monday mornings. Well, y'all, I did that for the first Monday and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like it at all. I want to be in the building. So I said, you know what? We are pre-recording. Mm-hmm. And also, you know what? This is also part of this whole intentional living lifestyle. Some things are super important, right? And we should all live by our values, or what I like to call our life principles. And one life principle for me is my relationship with God. So I'm putting that first. But still wanting to make sure that y'all got something so that y'all can get y'all week started the way y'all need to. Now, granted, if you are in the DMV area, particularly if you are near Columbia or near Glen Burning BWI area, you should join me at church. You can always catch the YouTube later or catch it on anywhere that you get podcasts. So, I'm just saying this is going to happen until August 23rd. Uh don't show up to my church, in September on a Monday at 6 a.m. There's nobody's going to be there. Okay? Nobody's going to be there. But for right now, they're there, okay? So anyway, all that to say, I'm pre-recording this, but I am pre-recording this after I got back from a quick little family trip. As you can see, I have my little wolf ears. Kid parents, you know where these are from, right? You know where these are from, right? Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know why I want to say lounge all the time. I've been struggling with that word for the longest, but anyway. I just got back from hanging out at Great Wolf Lodge with my family for a couple of days. Again, one key thing for me in this intentional living life is my relationship with my family. So listen, Great Wolf is for the kids, okay? It's for the kids. I had fun. Actually, you know what? I'm actually probably going to do like a separate recording about this because one thing I actually conquered some fears. And I think that's so key and so important to do in life. So I'll probably do a little separate recording about that. But yeah, like I had a good time. Now, okay, like I said, it is for the kids. So my good time was seeing my niece and nephew having fun. Okay. Now I went down some water slides. I had a little fun in the water park and stuff like that. We played we bowled and we did little mini golf and stuff like that. But that's for the babies, okay? And I is tired, boss. I am so tired. But I was like, I gotta get these things recorded for y'all. So we here. But that was my one good thing. I had an amazing time. So if you are listening and you have little ones, Great Wolf Lodge is amazing. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take these ears off because I'm feeling a little crazy with them on right now. So let's get into the rest of the day. So all right, what's on the docket for me? Prepping for a work trip. I'm going to be going on a work trip soon. So I am just kind of making sure I got all the things that I need for that trip and all that kind of stuff. And then other than that, I'm like preparing for a training for my dream team. So I also want another value. I'm just knocking down all my values today, but another value or life principle that I live by is that I am a servant to God and I love to serve, right? So I actually serve at my local church and we're having like a big training for everybody. Is actually going to be the same time that I'm traveling for work. So I'm making sure that my leaders are prepared to run that training without me. So those are probably going to be my two big focuses that week, okay? Or this week. I'm going to say this week, even though I'm recording this before but anyway, so yeah, so I'm gonna be preparing for that. And I think that's the key thing to really working on what's on the docket ahead of time, because you can mentally prepare and mentally figure out what's important for this week to get done, right? That's the whole key to actually taking a moment to do your weekly review, to actually think about, well, what do I have to do this week so that and how can I build it into my schedule to make sure that I'm good for the week ahead. It's so important that you're doing that. That's how you can begin this intentional living life. Okay. All right. All right. So now let's get into the intentional topic of the week. So, if you've been following me for a little bit of time, you've been catching the podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on all the different places where you can listen to a podcast, or you're catching the replay on YouTube. You know that we've been talking about programmed focus, actually having focus programmed in your life so that you can make life easier. So it will be easier to make your dreams meet reality. And I've been walking down different types of topics and I plan to be on this for a while. Like I was thinking, oh, I'll probably do this for like 8 different weeks or whatever like that. I know that's long. I know. But there's so many different small things that you can program into your life to build focus that I kept writing down ideas and I was like, I'm doing them all because they're all important for us. So, today's program focus topic is how you start your day actually matters. It matters immensely. Okay. So, we're going to be talking about morning routines and how a morning routine can set you up for success every single morning. And even like, and as you know, I am a God girl. So, even how the people of the Bible talk about the morning, you can see how important it is. In Lamentations, God says that his mercies are new every single morning, right? So there's so much in a morning that you got to do it. You got to do something with programming your day. And the most effective way to do that is to build out a morning routine that can help you win. Okay. What's a couple of reasons why morning routines are so important? One, it helps you focus. How you start something really helps you in how you end it. Now, it's not the end all be all because how you end is way important, right? But if you can actually build in your life a good start, I'm sure it's going to help you out in your life, right? There's even thinking about track stars. Like they're very like we're coming off of Olympic season, right? And I think there was like one guy who even though he won though, his form was crazy. And people were talking about it, right? And how track stars have to start low and then come up straight, right? Because that starting well helps them to finish well, right? So it's the same in your own life. How you start off your day. Think about it. You ever wake up late and then you rush in to do everything You are absolutely stressed. You can't do nothing right. Everything is falling apart because you did not have your regular routine set up. A matter of fact, you probably already have a routine going. I think I've talked about this in another podcast where I talked about, it's important to actually program that routine. That might be another idea if I didn't talk about it. We're going to go back and look. But it's so important that you program and have these routines because you already got routines. It just may not be routines that are actually helping you. That's the key. You already live on routine. You may not think it. You may feel like you're a free spirit doing whatever you want, but you're actually already living on a routine. And why not be intentional about those routines and make them, conform them to something that's going to allow you to do your best work, right? So, what else? I think there's this guy, his name is Tim Ferriss. He says, if you win the morning, you win your day. Like, just thinking about that. Again, you wake up in the morning and you're rushing. Or how do you feel after you've waken up in the morning and you didn't rush? You actually got enough sleep. You were able to do all the things that you need to do in the morning. How much more calm does it feel? Right? It's so important. Morning routines give you an opportunity to knock out goals, to knock out things that are important to you. So, for instance, with a morning routine, you can throw in different types of goals that you want to get done. Perhaps you want to work out more, right? Well, then work out in the morning. Or perhaps you want to read more. Maybe build in a half hour or 15 minutes of your time to just read. That could be something that you do in the evening too. I'm going to talk about evening routines at some point as well. Okay. Because those help you too. Matter of fact, it's so interesting. I will talk about this, but I had read somewhere a long time ago that some Jewish practices believe that the day actually starts in the evening. So they emphasize a lot of how you end your day, right? So I'll talk about that because how you end your day really helps you to start the next day. I'll talk about that in another podcast. But anyway, it's so important that you do that. Okay. So I figured I'd tell you what I do in the morning right now. Now it's so funny because my morning routine is a little bit kind of shifted a little bit because of my church's 21 days of prayer. Now listen, I don't actually wake up this early all the time. Now I wake up early. But this season I started waking up at 4:30, y'all. It is tiring. But right now, I wake up at 4:30. I do a quick, praise God, thank you for waking me up this morning, all that kind of stuff. And then I brush my teeth, wash my face, put on some gym clothes, head to the gym. Right? I work out and then I head to 6 a.m. prayer. Ooh, child. Saying it out loud makes it sound crazy. But I head out to 6 a.m. prayer with my church. And then I pray with my church. And then I get home, shower, start work by 8 o'clock. So that's my current morning routine. And even though I complain about it, I don't even complain about it, but even though 4:30 is early, I actually kind of like it. So I'm trying to figure out, is this something that I'm going to continue once those 21 days of prayer are completed? Because previous to that, what I did is I actually woke up, I didn't wake up much later than that before. I woke up at 5 a.m. It's something about that half hour though. It's something about that half hour. Okay. Anyway, but yes. So, before Pray 21, I woke up at 5 a.m. and then I prayed and then I went to the gym. So I'm trying to see which way works. I'll be honest. I don't know if I want to continue to wake up at 4:30. So we're gonna see. But it's always cool. That's another thing. And I'm not talking about this here, but it's always important to switch up your routines, to think about what your life looks like right now and be active, proactive in making sure that the routines that you built actually work for the life that you are living. Because sometimes we just start putting routines together and we hate them. They suck. They just mess up everything in our lives. And I'm like, well, why do they need to do that? Right? Like, I think we always think about putting together goals that we hate or setting up routines that just don't feel good or serve us. I don't like to talk about feel because I think, we're more than our feelings, but Our goals and our routines and the things that we do on a day-to-day basis should always be helping us move forward in life. And if our routines, the things that we do are not, then we should change them. That's really how I think about life. Okay. So let me tell you how to pick your routine. Okay. I'm going to give you three things to help you pick out your best routine. Number one, decide what is so important to you that you got to do it in the morning. Look at your life and see what you've been trying to get done that you just have not been able to. Figure out, is it working out? Is it reading? Is it prayer? Perhaps you're really trying to cultivate your prayer life, right? Decide what is so important that you got to do it in the morning. Write it down, okay? Then two, prepare the night before. That's another way to help you build a good morning routine. Actually, when you figure out all the things that you want to do and you figure out the timing and all that kind of stuff, prepare the night before. So what do? I make sure I got water in my what is that? Water bottle. There we go. Child, I got water in my water bottle. I make sure that I got some gym clothes out or that they're easily accessible. I make sure that my alarms, and I set alarms. I got alarms, y'all. My alarms are set. Just making sure that all of those things are in line for what I need. And then also the last thing to make sure that you got a routine that works out for you, keep trying. It's not gonna be easy. It's not going to work the first time, or maybe it will. Never know. But keep trying, because when you are intentional with your life, you're going to see your dreams meet reality. They're so important to be intentional with the moments that we have in life, because without that intentionality, we allow life to just whiz by us and we miss out on the things that are deep in our hearts that are supposed to happen, that are supposed to be done. Okay. So get you a morning routine. Go ahead. Keep trying. Keep trying until it's perfect for you. I talk about how I've changed up my routine a million and one times, right? So you keep on trying. Okay. Now I cannot believe this. This one's gonna be a quick one. Now, typically, if this is your first time with me, I am struggling to keep within the 20 minutes that I allot for these podcasts. And today I actually am early. So we're going to go ahead and get to that last part of the podcast where we pray, because prayer is important, because prayer helps us focus in on the things that are important to our lives. So let's go. Let's get into this Dreamboost prayer. Lord, help us. Help us to learn how to start our day well. Show us little things to do to build our best day. Your mercies are new every morning. Show us the benefit from that new beginning and that new blessing. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna see y'all next week right here, same time. It will still be pre-recorded, but it'll still be the goodest, the best. Did I say goodest? Wow. It'll be a great time, as you can tell. All right. Catch me wherever you can hear podcasts and on YouTube. All right, y'all. Bye.